Well, oh, hello, Steve. Yeah. Hello, everybody. Happy Halloween. Welcome to TDC Podcast with Mike. T-Roy's here. Big E's in the house. What up, T?
Hi.
How are you?
It's Halloween?
I think it's T. Yeah.
Shit, I totally forgot.
Are you allowed to wear a black afro wig?
Oh, it's not a... Whoa.
I mean, you
It's
sort of
just
look
curly
like
hair.
Jesus.
It's a Jufro.
Yeah. Is it Jufro?
Yeah.
Is that what that is? What are you?
I'm a priest.
Yeah. Any specific kind of priest?
A Jewish one, apparently.
Are you an evil one?
No. I'm a very good priest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do the
So you're not like
diddlings
a
or nothing.
poltergeist thing? Or,
I don't think so.
yeah. You look great.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I tried to put the Kenny Powers together, but I was missing part of the stuff, so...
What were you missing? Because you've got the jersey.
The hat. And
The
so
hat wouldn't go over your wig very well.
it does. It
does?
Just, yeah, but this isn't the right wig either.
Yeah.
I have a mullet wig for the Kenny Powers thing.
Okay.
So I just have the jersey. I could wear the jersey, but that's not
Yeah, that's not as good.
So, just
You
a little
would need
something
the
to throw
mullet
together.
and the mustache. Does he have a mustache for that?
The goatee.
The goatee.
When I do it, I'll darken this up, a little bit. And get it black. But
Yeah, you need, and I think they have white baseball pants.
I have those.
Oh, you do?
You know, it's funny, yeah, because it came with it when I got the thing. But they are probably like a size 50 waist.
Oh,
I mean, they are like this.
huge.
Like you gotta like tie them and double tie them. And
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
like what in the world? Well, whatever. I guess they made it for fat guys.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the priest outfit looks good.
Why not?
Yeah.
I thought
Happy
maybe
Halloween.
just
I think it's your favorite holiday, by the way.
It is.
Halloween.
It is.
Yeah. What's
I
that
just
mean?
figured with all this recent religious talk since I've been around anyway, that
Yeah.
maybe you would found the Lord.
I did. I have.
And-
I never lost to me.
Gotcha.
That's what keeps me on my path.
It's just, that's not how you were talking though. So you maybe did you just I just figured that's maybe you decided to embrace it more then.
Well, I like to be devil's advocate sometimes.
Yeah.
There you go.
I dressed up for Halloween this morning.
Did you?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
I had to go to the Novi Surgery Center and get my second epidural. So I had the
Okay.
mask, the gown. My butt was showing.
Oh, you're a gay guy, face down, ass up.
No, I wasn't a gay guy so much as I was a patient getting
okay.
a surgical procedure in my back.
Okay.
And so I did that. They asked if I
Oh, you
wanted
wore a
to
mask today, so you dressed as a clown.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
exactly. And I saw multiple people on the way there. One guy on his bicycle, black dude on his
Yeah.
bicycle in the rain, wearing a mask with his nose exposed.
Well, that was just keep the fucking shit out of his mouth.
Maybe. But he looked good.
I bet.
He looked good.
Strong.
Mentally sound, for sure, because we all know riding your bike in the rain,
Yeah.
you better wear half a mask on your face to protect you, obviously. Or protect grandmas, whatever he's out there doing. But
It was too late in the game for me to find a hammer stuck in the head thing and be in I was going to wear tighty whities and just be Pauly P.
Yeah,
For,
yeah.
But it was a little late. A little late.
We'll get to Pauly P. And remember, the narrative is what it is. Of
course.
Do not go away from the narrative.
Don't go digging.
Don't go digging into anything. Anything. This was just a random break-in by a friend with a hammer.
Nothing to see here.
Both men in their underwear. Nothing to see here. And, thank God left-wing politicians and legacy media outlets already know what the narrative is.
Yep.
8 hours into the saga. So we don't need to speculate, and we don't need to be kicked off every social media outlet out there.
Certainly don't need to be
So,
investigating anything.
We'll get to that. Uno momento. Did you get the thing I left for you there,
I
too?
did.
You did? Okay, good. Michigan State. Is you were at the game?
Correct, Mike.
I believe
Nice.
it was an outcome we all favored.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm glad they won. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It would have been nice to get a few more touchdowns. I feel like, but
you know what it was watching that game. Michigan has, with Corum and Edwards, they've done it all year where they get into that second level, make one guy miss, and they're gone.
Yep.
They're off to the races. And for whatever reason, they had about 5 or 6 of those opportunities.
Yeah, yeah.
And shoestring tackles.
Just got 'em.
caught them by the
No,
laces
for sure.
and went down. So where those would have been 5 rushing touchdowns for Corum, usually ended up with 15-yard gains
Yeah.
and then tackled how you don't usually see him get tackled.
And if you looked up, like, I love that they, and I know they're about to put new scoreboards in again, I guess, so I don't know what those are going to be like, but I'm sure it'll be better, But I like that they have the stats up there the whole game, and if you looked at that, I kept looking and was like, dude, everything, rushing, passing. For a while, passing was kind of close because they weren't really passing that much.
Yeah.
But every other stat, like, dude, first downs, third down conversions, time of possession, it was like you just looked up and it's like, it should be further Like,
Yeah.
there should be really kicking their ass. And they kind of were. They just didn't get those touchdowns.
Convert. Yeah.
But you let teams hang around. You're doing 5 field goals or whatever the hell they did. That's
Yeah.
how you lose games like that.
For sure.
Especially
For sure.
to a rival. And the only thing I said after that game, maybe to you, T, I said, they play like this against Ohio State, they will get murdered.
Yep.
They will get curb stomped
They
by
did.
Ohio
Let's
State.
not forget they did give up 7 points. That's it. I mean, that defense shut.
I
them
understand
down.
that, but that's Michigan State's shit offense against
understand, too.
Michigan's.
I
very
was
good
such a
defense.
cynic last year.
Ohio State looks so good and Marvin Harrison Jr. looks unstoppable on every level. You play like that and do 5 field goals instead of touchdowns, you will not be in that game with Ohio State. You just won't.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. Look, I don't watch enough, but I will say, especially Ohio State, I've literally not seen them play.
They're ranked second, and they look really
I understand that. I think that he did.
Tied for second.
tied for second.
I feel like
Thank you.
last year, Harbaugh kind of did this too, and maybe I'm hoping that maybe he's starting to turn it around, I guess. But like, I feel like he does what's just needed to win, and he kind of doesn't. They don't. I don't know. I think he could have done more if he wanted to. I don't think he ever felt like he needed to. You know what I mean? In the second half, if they really needed to
was
push it a little
comfortable
bit.
settling for those field goals and not having to go for it, not
but
have to push.
I
the
really
button.
thought, by the way,
At the same time, with the game over and less than a minute left, he's still chucking the ball down to try to
well,
score.
that was him being an asshole.
Yeah,
though.
trying
that
to
wasn't
rub it
him.
in Michigan State's face. That's what he was doing. Make no mistake about it. So this idea that he just did enough to win. No, he wanted to stop them.
See, I think that's a different thing. That's like being an asshole at the end and trying to do something fucking obnoxious.
knowing you should have had more than 29 points.
versus
Making it look
well,
better.
just making them
And
look
missing
like,
the cover
you know,
by a half a point.
That was another thing I kept paying
Yeah.
attention to, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Because I really thought I haven't bet in a long time, but I thought about betting on Michigan State because I didn't think they were going to.
Yeah, I
Michigan
would've.
was going to win by 22.
No, I didn't either.
Or however, whatever.
It's just
the points were, but-
you know what it is, what it is, but it's a rivalry game. So the idea that you're going to give up, you're going to win by 23, I think it was, to your rival is like, okay, I could see how they could do that. I could also see this just being a flat out ball game.
I think more importantly, and not even more, but most importantly, is that I got a vindicated text from one Michael Walters.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, boy.
About my
You earned it.
Because I was like, this
You earned
blew
it.
out is stupid. Now, I will agree that in the end, based on just talking to several other people, that I'm wrong. Most Michigan
Yeah.
people have blue. I like maize because I like bright colors, so everything I have is maize. Okay, so most people own blue. If that's right, which I was proven wrong, that it is right, then basically you're just saying this is a normal game.
Yeah.
And
if they would have done a blow out and had every female in the stands blow the male participant next to him, that would have been a successful blow out.
Yeah.
And I would have been all.
I'd have been okay with that in my
all
situation,
about
by the
that.
way.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I just meant like
Who'd
seating
you
wise.
go
I
with?
had a nice, no, not my dad, but I had a
Well, he could have blown you. That
but I had a nice person next to me. Is my
Okay.
point.
I'm just saying that would have been a blow out that would have taken the whole nation by surprise. Can you imagine half the stands just
turns.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
off.
knobbing on the male and sitting next to him? It would have been
Well, wait a minute
fucking
though.
great.
Because that's a
It would have been
blowout. A blowout I feel like would be they would start
Yep.
that process and end
It would have
it
already.
at some
They would have
point.
already been done. If it was
Yeah.
a blew out. Yeah.
Yeah. You've been ballooned before, though.
Well,
too,
no,
right?
I'm getting
they got in
at
the
like a
game.
blue out would mean more to me like blue balls. Like that means a blue out would be
No, that
they
would be
started-
BLUE.
Okay.
And that would be blue balls.
Okay.
Because blue balls is a color that your
He's
balls
thinking
turn
BLE.
blue.
Gotcha. Yeah.
BLEW.
A
Like,
little play
Okay.
on words there.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Makes sense.
because it would be inappropriate with as many kids are in the stands to call it an actual blowout.
Yeah.
And then have girls blowing.
Yeah.
But if you surprised everybody, called
Yeah.
it a blue out,
Yeah.
wink, wink, and then had all the females in the audience blowing and the male sitting next to him or closest male to him, that would have been fantastic. That would have made Sports Center. Would have brought a lot of coverage to your squad.
That's true. That's
It
true.
really would have.
And by the way, if they'd wanted to do a fucking, and I know this is harder to do, but the sections redo one maize, one blue, I guess. Okay, but it looked fucking
looked
stupid.
stupid.
It was just a regular game.
Easis, the reason I sent you the text is 'cause I got halfway through watching the game and I was like, this is just ridiculous. This looks so dumb. If you're
Did
calling
they call
this,
it that on TV? Were they like,
well,
oh, we
yeah,
have a blue out
we
here?
all knew what it was. Everybody wore blue, but not everybody wore blue. Not like you see with the whiteouts, and not what you see with the maize outs. And the blue, everybody just wears their game jersey.
I think the problem with that
So
is
it just looks stupid. It looks silly. It didn't look like anything special. That's why I texted you when I went, you were 100% right, E. This just you called it before the game and said this is going to look stupid, and it did.
unless the only way you could do blue, certain colors work. Like you said, white works. It's very obvious. Maize works. It's very obvious.
Yeah.
If you're going to do blue, you have to have shirts there then. And have everyone have the exact same color blue.
But even then, I never put those dumb shirts
Well, but
on.
a lot of people
sponsored
would.
by 8 things locally. You know,
but a lot of people would.
You're
and
part
it
of the
would be,
problem then.
Yeah, well, I can wear white or maize to a maize out or a white out, but if they have to hand out T-shirts
Well, no,
to me,
okay. If you
stupid.
if you don't have
But
the
they do-
proper color, then you
Fine,
can wear
then go
the
buy
shirt.
it at the stands before you walk in.
No, well, a lot of people don't want to spend
$30
$30
on a T-shirt, whatever.
It wouldn't be no
30.
They'd probably be fucking
Okay,
50.
whatever. Then do your homework before the game and know that it's a maize out or a white out. Everybody knew it was a blue out, and it looked stupid. It didn't go over like they thought it would.
No.
It didn't pop when you watched it on TV.
No,
it,
I
remember-
it
looked dark, yeah,
It just
even-
looked like a normal game. That's all.
I
so
remember-
if they would have called
Even if it
nothing,
was all blue, it would have looked like shit. Just
Yeah.
because it's like a dark color.
In
But
a
it
night
just-
game.
In a night game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought the lights of because E made that point, and I thought, well, with the lights in the stadium, which I think you brought up, T, it'll look fine, but it didn't. It just looked stupid.
I wish I could. I wish I had the picture that I remember when they posted on their Facebook page, like announcing it, like, oh, it's going to be a night game now, and blew out, and they showed a picture, and it looked great. The picture looked great. I'm like, that's not what it's going to look like. So-
Oh, did they post a picture where it looked cool?
No, I mean, they posted one to get people excited for it.
Have
but
they
so it's
done
a fake
blue out before?
I don't ever remember.
I can't remember one, but
I don't either. I
so it was
remember
just
maize
like
outs,
like a
but
graphic they put together. This is
Yeah.
Everybody do this. Look how cool it'll look.
yeah.
I think what happened was they already did a maze out. And then all of a
So?
sudden but all of a sudden this game became a night game,
They wanted
and
to
people
do
got in their
something.
own heads and like, we need to do something different.
Yeah,
right?
but you're a great team. You don't need to do that gimmicky bullshit.
but
It's the
that's-
same thing with Mr. Brightside, which you complained about.
I
where
love Mr.
everyone had
Brightside,
to, had to download an app and then blah, blah, blah to make a light on your phone. It's like, really? Because this took all of 2 seconds to do. Why do I need to go get a fucking app?
Well,
and
it
do
was
all this gimmicky
supposed
crap.
to
Dumb.
move with the song, or like it was supposed to, different
Do like
sync
turn
with
on
the
and off. And
yeah,
okay.
sync with the song hypothetically.
I didn't even see the lights. I just heard everybody singing it.
Go back to old school with the lighters or leave me out of it.
Well, that's an old man
Can you
rant.
even
Now
bring
you're
those
getting
in
on.
anymore?
Fine. Sure you can.
I told him, Troy, the reason I didn't like it is even I've been there. I was there last year.
shitty song?
No, I like the song, but even last year when they did it, it was just it happened at a time. End of the third, early fourth. I don't know when they normally do it. It just came on and everyone knew it. When they did this thing with the app, which most people's phones were not working in the stadium for one.
Of course not. They never do.
Why don't they have Wi-Fi? This is University
hold
of
on,
Michigan.
Joe. Can we
Bandwidth. It's called bandwidth.
Can we do something else and put, I don't know, 6 towers around every stadium in America? Because anywhere you go to a stadium, nobody's phone works.
Yeah.
For the most part. It sucks.
too
We're in
congested.
2022. We've been dealing with smartphones since 2007. You're telling me we can't get to a spot where majority of phones work in a stadium? I just don't understand it.
They do work in a lot of like NBA say like Little Caesars Arena and
But that's not
Comerica.
110,000.
I agree.
Yeah, true.
But
It's 20.
Dan says they work in Wisconsin. I think that's probably 70. I don't know at all, but I'm sure it's
Probably more
between
than that.
60 and 80. I bet would be my guess. I mean,
Anytime you get in a crowd, you're gonna have some issues just because.
it's
A lot of
I think it's
issues.
University of
I think-
Michigan,
I think more
and I
than
think they
some.
could have Wi-Fi there.
Do they not have Wi-Fi?
No.
No. Yeah, that's silly.
I think they could. I think they could spend the fucking go into that whatever $1 billion endowment you have
Yeah,
and fucking throw some
multi-billion.
Wi-Fi in the goddamn stadium.
Yeah.
Again,
Anyway,
it's bandwidth. It's not about having Wi-Fi. It's about that there's too many people. You couldn't supply that kind of Wi-Fi to 110,000 people at the same time.
I think you could. Well,
Good, do you?
I
Do you?
think I think you could get close.
Can you explain bandwidth to me then?
How come Dan can be at a Wisconsin game and they can have Wi-Fi and
Great
that's
point,
80,000
Isis.
people?
Counter?
I mean,
Counter?
Because those hillbillies have dial-up. I don't know. I'm not saying that it's in Wisconsin's probably 45,000 people.
No. It's a big university. That would be a big. Look at the crowd. I wouldn't be surprised if it was 90,000. It seems like every college football stadium, outside of the smaller ones, when you're talking about Illinois or those are smaller, but any of those major universities, it seems like they all are creeping into 100,000.
I mean, you go to a concert and you get jammed up.
Yeah.
It's just because there's just too many. too much for the
Yeah,
network.
I know. I get it. I think you could do better than they
While
have,
you
though.
look that up, I will say
do better, but
I would just think after this many years of having these phones that require, it's not like a flip phone back in the day where you bitched about service then too, but you would think as long as we've had these elaborate computers in our pocket, you'd figure out a way to make these stadiums be able to handle it. But maybe it is a bandwidth thing, and I won't try to explain it to you.
and maybe
Would more towers help that?
yes,
It would.
it would.
But it's easy. You would think they could throw up, a tower on a tree.
Maybe they don't want you on your phone while you're at a game, just like at a concert.
Yeah,
Put it
but
down.
people are constantly, for people that have a babysitter at home and want to check on their young kids, it just seems
And
like
that would be fine. And you know what? And if everybody would keep their fucking phones in their pocket, so that the people with the babysitters could use it when they needed it,
too. No
it
one
would be
cares
fine.
about them.
Okay, I'm just saying. The problem is that everybody's fucking on it the whole time, the whole game.
I'm not.
Yeah, I actually try to stay
You
off
would
it
be
most
on
of
it
the
all the
game, but-
time. What are you talking about? You'd be on your phone all the time.
No, I'm present when I'm somewhere.
You do kind of get present.
I try to stay off it most of the time, honestly. What I like to do is take a few photos, a video, and then I'm kind of done. But, oh well. Anyway, it was fun going again.
How many?
That'd been a good game to go to. I'm
yeah,
jealous.
it was cool.
How many people can pack into a Wisconsin stadium?
I don't understand this. So it says the average number of tickets scanned for a Badgers home football game in 2021 at 80,000. Oh, so they have an 80,000 seat stadium was 57,000. So
Really?
it says
So they're not selling out?
that
doesn't make any sense.
That seems odd to me.
Not very good.
No?
Wisconsin has been.
Are they
very good.
struggling? I mean, they're always a headache for Michigan and Michigan State
They haven't done much
and
the
Ohio
last few
State.
years.
Really?
Well, maybe that's why he could do it. There was nobody there.
Exactly. Well, even so, I mean, if there's 50,000 people there, that's half of what's at the big house.
I agree. Yeah, I
So-
know.
Yeah.
That makes
true.
a huge difference.
Very true. One thing we should mention, and we've got a lot of statements to go through. A lot of statements.
All right.
Thank God. Michigan State has suspended 4 players. Police are now investigating the. Did you see the in the tunnel
of course
melee?
I saw it, but I mean, on video later, like everyone did. But.
Yeah. I don't know why. It seems like this is happening more and more where these kids are, getting in fights either at the end of the game or in the tunnel of some of these stadiums. Maybe it's just me, but it seems like that's happening more than it used to.
Apparently, I don't pay
remember
attention,
a whole
but
lot.
Apparently, it's happened at Michigan. Penn State, there was an issue, I guess.
Yeah,
I didn't-
exactly.
I didn't know.
Exactly.
Well,
it was.
that's a sharing the tunnel issue. I mean, they have.
Yeah.
It's been this way forever. So stay classy, fuckers. But
Haven't they separated them before?
well, they do. They go by a time. I mean, yeah. They
At halftime, they definitely
the
do,
visitors
and-
always go first. They always
Yeah.
come out first, go in first,
Yeah.
and the home team does that. So the plan is, and then you get in, and the visitors go left, home team goes right.
Right.
So they're supposed to go in and go in the locker room and be gone by the time the other team comes
But they
in.
don't do that at the end of the game. It's almost like they let everybody just walk through the tunnel because you're right. They do that at halftime where they hold the ropes
Yep.
and they let the visiting team go in and get out of the way. I wonder why they don't
And
do
then
that.
they're
Yeah.
scheduled on when they come out so that everybody doesn't come out
Right.
at the same time. Well, I think after the game, I don't know, it's a little different story. I think it's just kind of a free for all. But
Yeah.
generally, I mean, because people hang around in the field, they shake hands, they kiss babies, they do all that stuff. so it's not like
they
as-
sing
as-
the team song while the players jump up and sit on the railing.
So
at
it
Michigan
depends on who
games.
wins, depends on who loses,
Yeah.
things like that. And you would hope by the time the game's over, everybody's classy enough to go in and do
Yeah.
it. But apparently
That's-
Sparty didn't
that's-
get the memo.
That's an interesting take too, because Michigan won the Paul Bunyan Trophy. They put little Michigan pants on it, and they put the helmet on it, and then they ran it to the stands and shared it with the crowd. So we'd think between that and then the band playing the song and the
Yeah.
guys all rocking back and forth, singing along, whatever.
And
with
there
the
was,
crowd.
and this was one dude that just went in there. Like he might have been,
Yeah.
I don't know, I'd take a shit. I don't know what he was doing.
Yeah.
But he went in there,
jumped.
and got, yeah. And I have no idea what started it. I don't know if somebody was talking shit, if he
It
said
doesn't
something.
matter.
It doesn't
Come
matter. I'm
on,
not saying
be
it does.
bigger.
No, I'm not
Do
saying. I'm
better.
not justifying. I'm just saying he could have been running through them talking all kinds of shit, and one guy got pissed off and popped off. He could have just been running through to go take a shit, and they were like, "Get him!"
Yeah.
Not that either is okay, but one's definitely worse than the other.
Yeah, but talking shit kind of goes with the territory. And Troy, I'll remind you of this. When we played in the NFL Air It Out tournament, which we won, I mean,
Of
not
course,
that anyone cares.
clearly.
But yes, we won. We got trophies.
Damn right.
Of course, we came in first place. But we had someone that Matt Russell, his buddy was in town. Remember
Yeah.
Chase or whatever his name was.
couldn't
He was
even tell you his name,
he was
yeah.
a wide receiver at Colorado. He was a world class skier. from the Denver area.
Yeah, stud.
And he was a stud. He was like, Mike, take a 3-step drop, throw it as far as you can throw it, I'll run under it. And he could do
nobody's
that.
going to catch me.
Yeah, no one's going to catch me. He was a white guy, but lightning fast. And, you know, it was a 2-day-long tournament. We won the thing. We came in hungover as fuck on the Saturday or Sunday, whatever it was, to win the thing. And it wasn't like we just went to him. Like, there were plenty of players, you and G, and I think Seth Petty was on our team. And we rolled it out. Our defense played strong. But either way, there were a couple calls the refs made that went against us. And me, you, G, and Seth went ape shit. Like, this is fucking bullshit. You're trying to steal the trophy. Blah, 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 blah. And this dude, who was playing at a D1 collegiate level, was like, guys, keep your shit together. Act like you've been there. This is like, he was so trained up from these coaches on how to behave when adversity struck. That it's not always going to go your way. Sometimes you're going to get fucked on a call, and you have to be bigger than that. Let that play go. Let's move on to the next one, which all of us struggled with initially, and then we got it together and ended up winning the damn tournament. So these guys are coached up from a very young age how to handle themselves. So if a guy in Michigan comes by after 2 years in a row of losing to this bitter rival, you finally win, and he's talking shit in the tunnel. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
You can't swing a helmet at a guy's exposed head.
Shouldn't. No.
You know what I mean? You can't have 4 players fucking beating on this guy and then have one of them take a helmet and swing it and crack the guy in the skull. You're going to kill someone.
Good.
You know, and you're thinking most of these guys probably grew up together, have been at
there's a lot of
varsity camps together. They've been
some bad blood, some rivals, things like that,
or been friends. You know, depending on which school they went to.
Well,
a lot of these guys went to high school together.
Out of each other was my point.
Well, but these guys have known each other for a long time. When you're talking about going back to Pee Wee, a lot of these guys have been playing together. You would just think there would be a level of respect, and you think there aren't cameras in there. You think you're not going to be caught on camera swinging a helmet at someone's head.
They kind of weren't, though.
I know.
I mean, really,
there is
the video is very.
Yeah.
You know, doesn't offer that.
See everything you need to see.
Not who did it.
Sure, you can.
Yeah, you break it down.
They suspended 4 players,
but no one knows who threw that helmet. Still.
Well, they'll figure that out.
They'll piece
but it doesn't seem to be.
Yeah.
I'm just saying though. But there wasn't real. That camera is just from a dude. That's
well,
not from a security.
I just saw another one too. The ESPN, or I think it was ESPN, got the real camera from the tunnel.
Gotcha.
It's not a whole lot better. It's from farther
U of
back.
M's camera in
Yes,
the tunnel. Yeah,
yes,
I
the
was going to
tunnel
say
camera.
there have to be cameras in the tunnel.
Yeah. There
whether
is,
U of
and
M's
it's farther
released them
back.
or not.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm sure they were using them to investigate before they released it. But I saw it go out. I saw it. I went on the way home today. I watched it.
Yeah.
It doesn't really show much. It's basically the same thing. It's just sort of from farther back. But I'm sure once you really get into it, you can start seeing some numbers. That's the one nice thing about wearing a jersey is you can see your fucking number.
Especially a white one.
Yeah.
Which is not going to be obscured in that dark hallway. State head coach Mel Tucker shared the announcement of the suspensions in a statement after reviewing the disturbing electronic evidence collected to date of the altercations between Michigan State and Michigan student athletes. We are suspending Tank Brown, Kerry Crump, Angelo Gross, and Zion Young effective immediately. Statement added the team was working with law enforcement and school leadership to further evaluate the events in Ann Arbor. The suspensions will remain in place until the investigations are completed. Tucker said the safety of the student athletes and the Spartan community remain our number one priority. The program would continue to take appropriate action in this matter. Michigan State Vice President, Director of Athletics, Alan Haller, also released a statement, thank God. I was wondering how Alan Haller was going to feel about this.
Yeah, can't wait.
The behavior we viewed was both uncharacteristic of our football program and unacceptable. Jim Harbaugh said 2 of his players had been assaulted and that one of them may have sustained a broken nose. The Michigan player in the video was identified as DB Jaden McBurrows. Michigan Athletic Director Ward Manuel addressed the incident in a statement. So, thank God. This is not how we should interact after the game.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, this is not the way another team should grab a player and do what they did. It's completely and utterly unacceptable. We will let Big Ten and law enforcement handle it, but this is not what a rivalry should be about. It's not how it should be remembered. We won on the field. This man and his team and those players went out there and won. For that to happen is unacceptable, and that's all I'm going to say. I'll leave it to Big Ten Commissioner Kevin Warren and law enforcement. University of Michigan President Sam Stanley also released a statement, thank God.
Yeah.
I was worried we were not going to hear from Samuel Stanley, and then boom, lo and behold, we get a statement from Mr. Stanley. He said Michigan State President Sam Stanley, he personally apologized for last night's incident in the Michigan Stadium tunnel. We are in strong agreement. This behavior is unacceptable.
Good to know.
Yeah, I'm glad too.
Kids pressing charges now.
Well, it's great that 3 coaches or athletic directors from Michigan came out and said that this is unacceptable. Mm-hmm. And Michigan State's head coach and their athletic director also said this was unacceptable.
What did you want?
That's what I wanted, was them to say this was unacceptable.
Yeah.
And they did.
No, but you're being dicky about it. I just don't understand what you expect.
Yeah,
them to
I don't
do.
need 4 of them from one university to make a statement.
Of course, they all have something to say. They all have to.
But they didn't. They all said the same thing.
Well, of course. There's nothing to say, but that it's unacceptable.
Yeah.
Which it is.
Yeah. My point is, for 12 years, I've been saying it's unacceptable for you to all make statements saying it's unacceptable.
Well, when somebody asks you for comment, or you have to put out an official statement, and you have the coach,
No,
you
they
have
released
athletic
statements.
director,
They
you
didn't
have
have-
the
they weren't
president of the
asked.
university.
Well, no, but I think
It's just the way
but
it
it would be
works.
his point would be obviously is that the reality is, even though it's ridiculous, even though they know it's ridiculous, if they don't release a stupid statement, then they just get asked over and over again. If they release
My
a statement, they can say,
contention is-
"I released a statement."
My contention is they wouldn't be harassed over that. That's what I've said for years. But they still do it anyways. Whatever. It's a small thing. It's just something I noticed that in this one-page story, there were 6 fucking statements from all parties involved.
Yep.
And they're statements. They're not being questioned at a microphone after the game where they're obviously going to be asked about it. And then it would be appropriate, in my opinion, to go, yeah, it's unacceptable on every level. We cannot have players coming into the tunnel and beating the dog shit out of each other. But you went into your office and penned a statement that
They
said
didn't
jack
pen
shit.
no statement.
it's all-
That's what a statement is.
all
But they
under their
didn't pen it
umbrella.
personally. They just had some secretary or a press person write all
Okay,
4
then
of them.
say my press secretary did it. Don't act like it's your president doing
But
it. And
if-
you don't
if
need,
they
my point is
didn't-
you don't need 6 statements.
Of course
That's
they
all.
don't, but in a way, the reality is if they didn't, then they would just get, the president hasn't even made a statement yet. And so they just do it. They don't care. They know, they just like you. They
The
don't.
coach does it because the team is under the coach. The
Right.
athletic director does it because the coach is under the coach, or under the AD. The president of the university because it's all under their umbrella. So they all have to address it
Well,
on some level.
I understand what you
So
guys
if
are
the coach
saying,
just came
but
out and said, "Well, it's my team. I'll handle it, and that's it," but like it doesn't besmirch anybody else throughout the university,
I would think
that's
it's
your-
acceptable. I expect the coach is going to say something. Obviously, they're going to be asked about it at a podium, so they're going to say something. I would expect the athletic directors would say that's their department, and if you want to make some stupid, irrelevant statement about it being unacceptable, toddlers know that's unacceptable. So. But then you need all these other people and higher ups, like
Yeah,
whatever.
I agree.
It's just
I
silly.
mean, I know
it's
what you
silly.
mean.
It means nothing. Everybody who watched it knew it was unacceptable. Just suspend the guys, kick people off a team, do whatever you got to do. File police charges. You start swinging a helmet at someone's head, naked head, by the way, unhelmeted, off the playing field and in the tunnel. Then yeah, you should face law enforcement issues.
Yeah.
That is assault.
Yeah, the kid's pressing charges.
He is the Michigan player.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the last I saw.
Why was he unaccompanied, by the way, in the tunnel?
Like I said, I don't know. Had to go take a shit. Who knows?
No, I know, but it just seems
it's
like
not really been answered. I don't know.
there are a million players, coaches, and alumni at all times leaving the field, going through that tunnel. You would think someone would come to his defense, especially at a home game, but they didn't. At least what I saw, and it just seems weird. Doesn't seem weird. to
Everybody
anyone
else was
in the
still
room,
out
but
fucking with the Paul Bunyan Trophy.
Maybe.
Yeah.
The Lions, by the way, of course, shit the bed again, but so did the Rams, which is good.
Everything's working out exactly how I wanted, man.
Yep. The Lions had 14-point leads twice. I knew for a fact they were going to blow that game, which they did. But yeah, the Rams keep losing, man, and this team looks like shit. They're playing like shit, and I don't know where their help comes from. So that we could end up with a top 15 pick in the first round because of the Rams. Because I don't see them getting a lot better.
The Lions Super Bowl, the draft. I will say, I got
Oh, I know, but dude, since we get an extra first round, I'd rather have it be pick 12
of course.
than pick 32. That's all.
Of course. I mean, I you know how Troy said you're like, we're exactly how you're wanting to go. I would say that I would agree with that in the sentence that I'm glad Stafford got his Super Bowl. I'm glad it happened the first year after because I like the idea of shoving that in fucking the forward's face. I know they don't care, but I do.
Yep.
And now have a terrible year and let's work the rest of it
Good
out.
shit. Exactly.
To me, this is perfect, in my opinion.
It's amazing to me how much, after Stafford won that Super Bowl, I don't give a fuck about Stafford's career anymore.
I agree.
I just don't. Like, I was the biggest champion of Matt Stafford. I felt like it wasn't his fault in Detroit. And once he won that title, it was like, go fuck yourself.
Well, it's also, I think it's just he's another year removed.
Yeah.
That was the first year without him with such a history of him being our only quarterback and the lineage he had here.
Yeah.
And now and it's not even so much that he won it. I think it's just another year removed.
You know what was on my end? You guys already know, I have such a hate for the organization that I was happy it happened the first year.
Yeah.
Because it just seemed so crazy.
Yeah, they didn't need to build the thing around him in L.A.
All
where
this
it took
talk,
3 years.
And when people sat there and go, well, he had a defense.
Yeah.
We had 12 years. Build a fucking defense around. He won it.
No,
He just did it.
It was just as cool for Tom Brady to leave New England
And do it one
win
first
it
time.
right
He
then.
should have left
right then.
after that one, though. Should have left after that one.
Yeah, he made his point. And now Tampa sucks.
Right.
So,
Yep.
but yeah, it would have felt way different had it been a 4-year deal that Stafford signed in L.A.
Yeah.
And then it took 3 or 4 years of putting pieces together. That would have been a scapegoat moment for the Lions.
Yeah.
And you didn't give it to him. They just plugged in Matt Stafford and won the whole fucking thing.
Yep.
Right. I've never, when I was watching that Super Bowl, I don't think I've cheered I wanted him to win it so bad.
Yeah.
Just because of that. Although it's funny because I don't think he really didn't prove much in either of those. Even that NFC. Were they in the NFC or AFC? I don't even know. NFC.
NFC.
I don't fucking what do I? And but even in that NFC Championship game, he never really. I still don't know if he's a good quarterback or not.
Who?
It's Matt Stafford.
Of course he's a good
He's
quarterback,
good,
dude.
But
What
is
are
he
you
really?
kidding me? Yes, he's a very good
That
quarterback.
NFC Championship game, he
Dude,
barely won that.
Don't
he
say
barely won
dumb
this.
shit on the air and act like no one's going to respond. Of course he's a great quarterback.
No, he's a good quarterback.
He's a great quarterback. And he's got a killer arm. He's got great pocket awareness. The fact is they've got one weapon. And you take Kupp out of the game, and that team's fucked. They have no running game at all. None. So you can start to key in on Kupp. Teams have learned that, and you're seeing it. And that's why they're 3-5 or whatever.
Here's the deal.
But Matt Stafford was not the problem.
I really like Stafford, and I was legit liked him on this team. I never thought it was his problem. I'm just saying, I still think even in that year he was okay.
I think he would go every bit as far on the Kansas City Chiefs as Mahomes. I think there's very little difference.
You watch more football than I do, so
Mahomes
I'll
can
give that
run
to you.
more, can run and scramble, so those plays. But the sidearm shit, the on-target bombs, the fucking bullets.
Yeah.
Stafford has all that in his repertoire, all of it,
And picks.
and picks. Yeah.
He likes to throw those.
I'm just saying, I don't watch as much as you do, but even last year, I'm glad he won. I wanted him to win. He still didn't prove to me that he's Aaron Rodgers or freaking Patrick Mahomes like you think, possibly.
Yeah,
So,
I think he would go just as far as Patrick Mahomes.
I would love to see it because I'd love to know for myself.
Yeah,
for real.
You'll never see it.
I know.
but
It's a
he'll
bummer.
retire with the Rams, which is fine.
One more ring to Dan Marino.
Moving on. I didn't mean to do a 30-minute football break, but anyways, the Lions did fire a coach today.
Yeah.
Their defense has been nothing but problems.
That's the first sign.
Not
Yeah.
kneecap, dude.
Start cutting.
Not kneecap, dude.
Not yet.
Your
Not
boy.
the last to go.
Yeah.
He ain't going anywhere this year.
No, the Lions have fired DB's coach Aubrey Pleasant.
Oh,
a
wow.
big name in the organization.
Yeah.
Big name. About time. Needed to let him out of here.
Bring my jersey out of retirement. I'm back.
Oh, your Aubrey Pleasant jersey?
No, just in my Lions jersey. I'm back.
okay.
On this move, I'm going to be back on the couch on Sunday, ready to go.
DB's coach. This is going to be a problem that they fired this guy. He's a black coordinator. And so I don't know if the Lions are going to be forced to sacrifice the next 10 years first-round draft pick and be fined a few $1 billion for firing a black coach. I think that's probably what will happen. We'll see.
No.
But I don't think it's legal to just mid-season fire a black coordinator.
Was he that dude on Hard Knocks?
Because it's almost like you're
that-
blaming the black guy for your troubles.
They went on Hard Knocks that they he loved. I thought they
No,
was
you're
all
thinking
loved.
of
Aaron
Aaron
Glenn.
Glenn.
That's the
Oh,
defensive
okay.
coordinator.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Who is who you would think would be on the hook.
Well,
But he's black too.
eventually, you start low. They got more problems than just than the secondary. I can tell you that. But that's the first.
By the way, I'm shocked you didn't
into
just
the
go with
fire.
Because I kind of just insinuated that they all look the same to me. Like, was he that guy?
Oh, I wasn't responding to that.
Yeah,
Not,
okay,
not a
gotcha,
chance. No,
gotcha.
you want to sink and swim? You can sink or swim
Okay.
with that one.
Gotcha.
With that comment. Glenn Greenwald with a, I think, fair argument about he's explaining why journalists are terrified to question Paul Pelosi narrative. Yeah.
Well, I don't actually. By the way, I know you'll kill me. I don't really know what happened. So, are you gonna?
Neither does anyone.
No, but I
if
mean,
you
I
question
don't
it-
have.
If you question it, you are a real piece of shit.
No, when I say I don't know what happened, I know that something happened with her husband, and that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know anything as far as what happened.
Would you like to bring him up to speed?
I don't know how much you've talked about this already. Did
Sure.
it happen last week or did it happen over the weekend?
weekend.
Over the
That's what I thought. So it's not like you've talked about it on the show yet, right?
No.
No. Brand new. Fresh.
I'll read you the Glenn Greenwald article, and then we can piece it together. I've got a couple stories here that are just breaking, a little more news coming out, so maybe we can speak freely and openly and honestly
Okay.
about this.
All right.
For what we know and what we don't know. But, well, no, we'll figure it out. Glenn Greenwald said Sunday there was a very simple reason that members of his chosen profession, that would be journalism, seemed unwilling to question the narrative surrounding the alleged attack on Paul Pelosi, namely the possibility that asking questions could put their careers at risk. 100%
And
true.
We're a week away from
Midterms?
an election.
Yeah.
Oh, it's weird how these
Crazy.
things just don't. These stories get buried right before an election too.
Crazy how that works. Saying it didn't even matter whether or not the prevailing narrative that the person was a far-right conspiracy theorist and election denier was true. The point was that it couldn't be questioned. It's very possible that the instantly formed media narrative, Paul Pelosi's attacker was a MAGA fanatic who broke in to murder Nancy, will be proven true. But right now, there are so many glaring doubts and holes in that story, it just makes it common sense to question this. It's genuinely alarming how conditioned so much of the U.S. population is to equate skepticism toward the pronouncements of media corporations with mental illness. If you don't instantly accept what Wolf Blitzer and Andrea Mitchell claim, then you're a crazy conspiracy theorist. Greenwald went on to explain that even journalists who had questions about the narratives often felt as though they couldn't say anything without risking their jobs or even their entire careers. The name Dasha Burns comes to mind.
Yeah.
You know, she was the NBC reporter, young NBC reporter, who did a interview with, basically the only interview that John Fetterwoman gave. So she did it with him and was like, yeah, before we hooked up all the machines to his brain, he couldn't follow basic conversation. Like, that's what I saw, is that he struggled with just like, how's the weather questions. And she was murdered for that. Across the board.
Destroyed.
Murdered. She'll probably never work in mainstream media again for that, for giving her honest journalistic opinion on what it was like to sit and talk with John Fetterwoman.
And then he went out and did a debate, and everybody went,
Oh, shit.
"Oh, we're sorry.
Yeah.
You were absolutely right. My bad.
You'll never work again, but you were
before
right.
that, you know, she was crucified when nobody else. She was the only one that actually had that story to tell, and should be told as a journalist.
Yes.
It's an opinion.
It is an opinion, and journalists going with a government narrative or a mainstream media narrative is the antithesis of journalism.
Yep.
Like, that should be utterly
Propaganda.
embarrassing to you. Propaganda. Yeah. That should be humiliating to any real journalist. I think of,
Because there's no integrity. It's all about getting paid.
right. Yeah, you're collecting a paycheck.
Yeah.
What used to be the truth was journalists were not overly paid. They weren't $1 million personalities on network news stations and cable news stations. They weren't. They were the press. They were there to hold powerful to account, and they weren't overly paid for that. And they just kind of went and dug in and did the dirty work. And
Beat reporters. and shit like that.
exactly. Traveling with the president, but now they all have gigs on CNN, and Emma said they're contributors on Fox News. Those are paid contributor jobs. There are multi-levels to what you're, when you get picked up by these, you can be, a paid contributor. You could be less than that, where they call you in when they need you. They'll send you at home a list of questions, and depending on how you respond to those questions, they'll handpick who they're going to bring on. So it's in your best interest to have kind of a wild take in order for them to go, ooh, we want to have so-and-so on because they said this in the pre-interview questions we asked them. And then you've got fixed members of the media that are there Oh, that's their gig, and they make millions of dollars a year
Yep.
to do that. So imagine you're a young journalist. Few journalists have career security. You know, if you ask these questions, Twitter will explode, and it can ruin your career. So then he shared a tweet from Steve Krakauer that included a few of the questions he would be asking. Why wasn't there signs of forced entry at the Pelosi home?
Check.
Yeah, that would be an interesting one.
That's a good one right off the bat. Yeah.
Who was the third person who opened the door for police? I think that's been disputed.
Okay.
I don't know how true that is, but initial reports were that there was a third person that opened the door.
Okay.
So you could scratch someone off the list if that's been debunked, and now police are saying no. Well,
But
it was confusing at first.
There was clearly two of them there.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
both in their underwear. Just
Yeah.
common with a robbery. It's
Right.
known that robbers a lot of times will declothe when they walk into a house.
Generally, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, anytime I've ever robbed a house.
Yep.
I mean, half the time I'm underwear, the other time I'm just flat nude.
Yep.
So that's a common thing that you see with when people are burgling someone, stripped down.
You don't want to leave those fibers behind from your clothes where
Exactly.
they can CSI your shit.
Exactly. Why was Pelosi holding hammer and attacked only? The attack only happened after police arrived.
Yeah. That was what I heard. That they were
Weird.
as police came in, they started struggling over the hammer, and then
Guy whacked him
then
over the head
whacked
with a
him
hammer. Where's the body cam / security footage?
Yeah.
That would be interesting. I'd love to.
So how did the police get in if there wasn't a third person to open the door? How did the police get in if these two were struggling over the hammer as in
their
their
underwear.
underwear as the police entered the bedroom? I assume.
Yeah.
And this guy
Don't know.
Paulie went into the bathroom to make the 911 call.
He did.
Yeah. So this guy just let him. Of course. No. Take
Yeah,
your
you got
time.
it. And
Wash your hands.
and not to mention Troy again, both in their underwear, but regardless.
Yeah. Nothing weird.
When he said, "I've got to go to the bathroom really quick. Can I go to the bathroom?" and what burglar wouldn't go? Yeah,
Of course, help
obviously,
yourself.
course.
Yeah,
We
I
don't
don't
want you
want
to piss yourself or
Yeah.
shit yourself. Go in there. Just so happened that Paul Pelosi's phone was plugged in on the charger next to the shitter.
Yep.
So he was able to go in there and then make the 911 call.
Smart. What a hero.
Speak in code. So the idiot on the 911 dispatch was able to go. Something's fishy there.
Let's hear this call.
I'm being I'm being whacked.
Ackwad.
How would you say that in Pig Latin? With an hammerhay. I'm being
Attack.
I'm being it hay with an hammerhay.
Yeah.
Can you
Repeated relay.
K
No.
into the ouse hay? You'll find us oath bay in our nerder way.
Nailed it.
My Pig Latin. Is
Yeah,
quite
strong.
rusty.
It's way better than mine.
Yeah,
I would say, I know, knowing literally nothing than what you're telling me right now, I would say that apparently, usually people have locks on their phone. These days, who does not have a freaking passcode or a face?
What are you talking about?
Well, Paul found his own phone.
It was
in the
his
back.
Okay,
phone. I bet
okay.
he
His
knows
phone.
his own pass.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Why
that's
this
where I have
guy?
problem. I'm not following along.
Why this guy would allow him to go to the next room and into the bathroom?
I got you
lock
now.
the door.
I got you now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And then, of course, the whole thing is, where's Nancy? That's the
Where's
whole,
Nancy?
Where's Nancy? Where's Nancy?
Which-
I'm here for Nancy.
a simple Google search would let you know her schedule and would let you know that she's in D.C. She wasn't even at home. She wasn't even in California.
Oh, listen, whack
She was in
jobs
DC.
don't check the Google.
Yeah.
They just impulse.
Maybe, but it seems like if you're going there to kneecap the fucking Speaker of the House,
Yeah.
You're only going to get one shot at that. So you would want to make sure that at a minimum she's home.
Yep.
Yeah.
At this juncture of where we are right now, beginning of November. This narrative, this
crazy.
can go one of two ways, and I think they're going to try really hard to make it stay to the left,
Yeah.
and not go right.
Yeah.
That's just my guess.
What do you mean? Not
Well,
go
just
right,
so
like-
they have to say that this was a MAGA guy, and this was an attack on Pelosi, and this was the second biggest threat to our democracy since this
Yeah,
year,
January 6th.
and things like that, as opposed to
Well-
Paulie was knocking boots with some dude.
Yeah. Well, I will give you some more details coming up. I've got a couple stories that all kind of relate. I'll give you some details, and then I will let you two in the room make judgments of your own, whether this was a MAGA
Okay.
or ultra MAGA person, or
So just
possibly a far left lunatic.
So are those?
I'll
I
let
don't
you
know if
guys make that
details are
decision.
going to. What is the basic thing that happened here?
Someone went there to kneecap Pelosi.
And then in the end,
she
it's
wasn't
her
there.
husband
Her
and some other dude.
You want me to explain it to you?
Yeah.
No, okay.
Okay.
Shut the fuck up then. So he goes there to the house to kneecap Pelosi. He breaks into the house, but there's no forced entry.
Yep.
The 911 call says, "Oh yeah, there's a friend of the Pelosi's here." So he was declared a friend on the 911 call. Something went awry. Grown men at 2 a.m. end up in their underwear wrestling over a hammer.
The only thing here, wait,
no, the official story. Like,
that's the story. Here's what happened. Here's the only thing that anybody knows what happened. Pelosi called the police, said there was a friend there attacking him. Police showed up. There was 2 guys in both in their underwear. The story is that they were struggling. They were struggling over the hammer, and when the police walked in and said, "Drop the hammer," Pelosi let go. The other guy had it and started hitting him in the head with it.
Hitting Pelosi's husband.
Yeah, like he was in the hospital and had like brain surgery.
Okay.
Like he got whacked with a hammer.
Yeah.
But only after the police arrived did this happen.
Yes.
But that's the only those are the only facts of the story.
Gotcha.
Is that he called the cops, somebody was there, they walked in, there was 2 guys in their underwear, and one of them hit Paulie in the head with a hammer.
After the cops are apparently already there.
When the cops were there.
Or like busting in or whatever.
Because they walked in and said, "Drop the hammer." They were struggling over it, and then when Pelosi let go and listened to their commands,
other guy just while they're there,
started hitting him in the head.
Yeah,
that as far as I know, those are the only facts of the case.
Okay.
Yeah, and also something of note, and I think this is fair to bring up, and other people have brought this up. This is not an original idea, but this is the second time in 2 months that Paul Pelosi has been hammered.
That's correct.
Absolutely hammered. He got the DUI.
I thought you were saying, drunk.
Yeah, he got hammered drunk. Yeah, and then he was literally hammered.
Yeah.
At his home.
Was
And
alcohol
I'd like
involved in
to
this
check
one?
his. What's that?
Was alcohol involved in this one?
I would love to know.
Yeah, we'll find out.
I guess his old Nance isn't home, so he's getting fucking hammered at home at 2 a.m.
Yeah,
with his buddy,
with his friend,
with a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So asking these questions, this happened during Russiagate, saying that Greenwald added, saying that he had gotten a number of messages from journalists who work for large media corporations, and they had expressed their thanks that he was willing to question the narrative because they couldn't do it. Greenwald said that he believed many journalists saw the glaring questions and evidentiary holes in that story, but especially in the last few days before a midterm election. The narrative was even more important than usual. Why stick your heads up, whack-a-mole style, provoke a liberal Twitter mob, and be branded? That's the climate. Police investigating the Pelosi attack continue to state they don't know what the motive is. Yet liberal thought leaders like Hillary Clinton and Jimmy Kimmel have decreed that not only is the motive known to them, but only insane or malicious people would even question them.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The preferred narrative may end up being right, but most of it is based on massaged by CNN anonymous claims. He then listed the questions he'd like to see answered before claiming he understood exactly what went down in the Pelosi home. Mm-hmm. And his questions would be how someone broke into the home of one of the richest and most powerful families without setting off an alarm, how Paul Pelosi could call 911 in the middle of this, who was the unknown person who opened the door for police. Again, that could be up for debate. Where's the video?
Sure. And why the fuck are they in their underwear?
Yeah.
I mean, let's go ahead and add that onto the list, shall we?
The funniest shit about the story to me is hilarious.
Of course.
If you and I get into a fucking blackout drunk brawl with a hammer and we're swinging at each other, I hope when the police show up, we're not both in our skivvies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like 2 grown-ass men having a fucking fisticuffs moment happens.
Yeah.
That's going to happen from time to time. Both of us
How
in our
you get
in
down
our
to your underwear
panties.
at that point, that's a totally different story. You know, if it's chicks, and they end up like ripping each other's clothes off.
Yeah, pillow fight.
Which obviously happens regularly.
All the time.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Hell
I've seen the movies. It happens a lot.
Yeah, definitely
Now,
in the movies.
That being said, I'm not a fan of Paul Pelosi. I think he's a fucking scam artist who's ripped this country off every which way but loose, using his wife's know-how, influence bills that she's going to be signing coming up to
manipulate the stock market.
Manipulate the stock market. Thank you, T.
You're welcome.
She's made her and her husband have better success in the stock market than Warren Buffett.
Yes.
And the fucking piece of shit who's made billions of dollars. The guy
Gates,
Huh?
Gates? Who are you thinking
of? No.
The
The liberal douchebag. What's his name? He's like 92 and refuses to die. fuck that keeps putting liberal DAs everywhere.
Yeah,
Soros, George Soros.
Okay. Oh,
So George Soros has made billions in overseas trading, manipulating markets. That's what they believe he's done to make his billions of dollars. These clowns
have a higher rate of return.
Yeah, higher rate of return
than the people that
Warren
do this
Buffett
for a living.
and George Soros. Let that sink in for a minute.
Just luck, I'm sure.
So we got Bill Maloogian, who I've said I really like out of L.A. He's a reporter there. He has been scooped up by Fox News, but he was a longtime L.A. reporter who covered border issues and immigration stuff. He's very good, very talented. I'm sure they'll just write him off as a faux news, whatever.
Yeah.
But I've watched his journalistic work for many years, and he's very good. He really is. He's reporting though the guy that attacked with a hammer on Paul Pelosi was here illegally.
Oh.
Per ICE source, David DePape, the suspect, he is currently in the U.S. illegally as a long-time visa overstay.
Okay.
He told law enforcement he broke into the home through a glass door using a hammer that he found. Paul Pelosi sleeping in bed forced him to wake up. So I guess if you want to say that Paul was in his man skivvies.
Yeah. Sleeping in his underwear. Totally legit.
If this had been your house that was broken into, you would have been nude with a hammer.
Absolutely true.
Yeah. So Paul Pelosi being in his fucking
I
skivvies.
didn't. That part I didn't have an issue with.
Whether or not he was actually sleeping in bed or they were just wrapping up at 2 a.m. Love Fest, I don't know.
Right. And maybe
no one knows.
Maybe that's who the third party was.
They're going to have to run Paul Pelosi's shaft for DNA, like monkeypox DNA on Mr. DePape or something.
Yeah. All of a sudden, in the coming days, his nose
starts. It looks like an Omicron breakout.
Like rotten cauliflower.
So,
you alrighty?
I'm just really trying to figure this all out again.
Yeah,
really
join the club,
all I've
buddy.
seen as far as this,
Don't ask questions.
All I've seen as far as this, honestly, is a few joking memes on social media and friends of the left just making generic statements that I've not read.
Sure.
So.
I like the.
Is anybody even saying that Nancy put a hit out on him?
No.
Okay. I'll throw that one out there.
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah, he's causing problems.
Yeah.
He's having gay sex with random weirdo friends. He's getting DUIs.
So
and
there-
He's reckless.
So
he's
there's
reckless.
Got to take this
He's a liability.
out. Yeah.
So there's not a like, when you talk about another person, there's not a confirmed third person, right?
Well, listen,
No, they're claiming there wasn't a third person, but early on they called him a friend, and they said a third person opened the door.
Yeah.
So
Gotcha.
don't ask
You're
any
getting
questions.
all these conflicting stories,
Okay.
but nothing's being clarified.
So again, back to what you said, the only thing we know is that he's there with this
Is that he called
burglar,
the police?
I guess.
Yes,
And
is that he called the police. The police showed up, and they were struggling when they showed up, and then the guy hit him with the hammer when they were there.
Gotcha.
At least as far as I know, that's the only fact, the only
By the
facts
way-
of the case that are out there.
Do you find that a little hard to believe that if you had two men, again, in their underwear, not that it's really relevant, but two men, grown men in their underwear, fighting over a hammer, and the police say, drop it, and one guy does, and the other starts beating him about the head with that hammer,
Yeah.
and that person is Paul fucking Pelosi. They would know whose house they were going to. They would be very
Right.
familiar with the Pelosi's and what their level. She's third in line to the fucking White House.
right.
Scary as shit,
So,
but yeah.
Yeah, it is. You're telling me they
We're
wouldn't
one
just...
Air Force One accident away from Pelosiville.
Yeah.
And they would know the difference between a 42-year-old man and an 82-year-old man. You're telling me they wouldn't shoot this fucker on the spot?
I mean, if it's a
and
bedroom,
they'd be absolute heroes?
Maybe they could have been. I mean, I don't know. There were 9 steps from the guy when they said it. They could have just charged him and tackled him. I don't know. And maybe it was just one
would
good
think-
whack about the head that he got in. I don't know. And then I don't know all the stories.
I would think the police would just shoot that guy. He's a Democrat politician's husband. Why wouldn't they just shoot him?
Okay, well
He'd be
then-
a hero. He'd be given a medal.
Maybe there's more to the story.
I know.
Is that what you're alluding to? Perhaps.
Yeah, I am actually.
on a
So what
limb
he
we
wanted
go.
to do, he wanted to come in. He said he was
I bet
looking
he did.
for Nancy because he wanted to take her hostage and interrogate her. If Nancy were to tell DePape the truth, he would let her go. And if she lied, he was going to break her kneecaps.
Okay.
DePape was certain that Nancy would not have told the truth. He articulated he viewed Nancy as the leader of the pack of lies told by the Democrat Party. He also explained that by breaking Nancy's kneecaps, great logic here,
Yeah.
she would then have to be wheeled into Congress, which would show other members of Congress there were consequences to actions.
Okay.
He said when
Fucking
the two men...
Galooly, that bitch.
Yeah. DePape said that why? Paul's just rolling around on the ground, sobbing. Why? DePape said that when the two men went downstairs, probably after a long butt fuck session upstairs, some have said, not me.
Yeah.
Some have said, police arrived, knocked. Pelosi ran over and opened it. So it's not a third person anymore. It's Pelosi himself ran over, which takes your 9 feet away theory and throws that out the window.
Yep.
He opened the door. They're standing right there. Wouldn't be more than a foot or two away.
Wouldn't think so.
Pelosi grabbed onto DePape's hammer, which was in DePape's hand at this point. DePape stated that he pulled the hammer away from Pelosi and swung the hammer towards Pelosi. DePape explained that Pelosi's actions resulted in Pelosi taking the punishment instead.
Okay.
So one Pelosi's actions led to the other, possibly homoed up Pelosi taking a hammer to the head. I just want to be honest. I don't care.
There's nothing to see here. Clearly there's nothing to see here.
No.
All we want is transparency.
Okay, so I told you guys I was gonna.
No.
No. Because this is a little lengthy, and we're gonna be running short on time. So
I was figured we'd finish the Pelosi stuff.
Okay, all right. So a neighbor of Paul Pelosi attacker David DePage has described the home where he lived.
DePape.
DePape.
All right.
What did I say? DePape.
DePage.
DePage. Oh, DePape.
DePape.
P-A-P-E.
Yeah.
D-E-P-A-P-E. So.
And if I know anything about illegals, it's that they're extreme MAGA.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's one of the signs.
Yeah.
Is extreme MAGA.
Yeah.
By and large. And the reason they wear the Biden-Harris T-shirts.
Throw them off the scent.
Throw them off the scent.
It's a red
That's
herring.
The only reason. when you see them all wearing "Thank You, President Biden" T-shirts, that's just to make people go, oh, they must be Joe Biden fans. Everybody's a Joe Biden fan.
Right.
Yeah.
He's awesome. So they've got camera crews there at this neighbor's house. Her name is Trish. Won't give us her last name, but she's talking about her neighbor DePape, and they've got video footage of DePape's home. So, 40.
What video footage of the home do they have?
There's a lot of reporters that are on the ground asking Trish, did he show signs of anti-Semitism?
Okay, well, I mean, is this her Ring camera, or when you're saying there's footage of his home?
His home, yeah. Reporters know where he lives now.
So now they're just
he's not there.
Okay.
So they're talking to this neighbor Trish, who's like, yeah.
So that was perhaps prior to the assault.
No. This is post-assault.
Okay.
And so that's what they'll do. They'll go door to door,
Of course,
ask everybody they can find.
Canvass the neighborhood.
Exactly. Let's see.
The police should do too.
Yeah, right. It took a turn, they're saying, from the narrative coming from some Democrat politicians and legacy media outlets. That's weird. I wonder why it would take a turn from their well-known and established facts 30 minutes after the attack happened.
There's nothing to see
I mean, shit, if Jimmy Kimmel doesn't know what happened, what world are we living in?
Right.
Of course Jimmy Kimmel knows what happened.
First in line.
And he can go on national TV and spout that. Certainly not misinformation or disinformation.
No.
If Jimmy Kimmel doesn't know, I don't want to live in this country anymore. If he doesn't know the stated facts 30 minutes after an attack like this at 2 a.m. with 2 grown men in their underwear, I don't know what world we're living in anymore.
Maybe that was the third person that opened the door.
Maybe it was Jimmy Kimmel.
See.
Yeah. Maybe it was Jimmy Kimmel.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So, a neighbor who wished only to be identified as Trish described DePape's housemates as nudist drug addicts who exhibited paranoid and psychotic behaviors.
Okay.
The group's politics were left-leaning, though she said the group did not live out its values. I would imagine they're more left-leaning because of their support for the gay community. So it's really pointing DePape in this gay corner. I mean, DePape has never met a cock he didn't love, even an 82-year-old one.
Sure, yep.
A reporter noted an LGBT flag flies outside the home. Yeah, said Trish.
All right.
So far, screams MAGA, obviously.
Extreme MAGA.
Extreme. They are completely unhinged, so I wouldn't be surprised at all. And then one of the reporters like, did he show any signs of anti-Semitism? And I heard him ask that question. I think he was jacking it off when he said it.
Right.
Did he show any signs of extreme
breath.
anti-Semitism? Jack. Come on the ground. Jack.
Yeah. Was it Kanye?
Was Kanye involved? Was he anti-Semitic? Oh, come all over the ground. Oh. Was he extreme anti-Semitism? Yeah, sure. He was.
Clearly.
Nothing they believe in aligns with their actions, so they'll say that they're pro-Black lives, another huge, extreme MAGA position.
Yeah, ultra.
Big,
ultra MAGA.
Ultra MAGA position is huge pro-supporters of Black Lives Matter. And then they'll call the police on Black people. Their actions don't stand by their words, which we know, obviously, you can't call the police on a Black person no matter what he did without being declared racist.
Of course. So you do it anonymously.
Yeah.
Duh.
Right.
That should be the first thing. When a 911 dispatcher answers the phone, it should be just like, 911, what's your emergency? Are you calling about a Black person attacking someone? And if they go, as a matter of fact, I am, racist. And they
Fuck
should
off,
just hang up.
Karen. Click.
Fuck off, racist Karen. Click. Yeah, but he's murdering my whole family. Hello? Hello?
Call us back when it's a white guy.
Yeah. The New York Post also quoted a neighbor named Trish. I'm going to assume it's the same one.
You never know. Lots of Trishes
Another
out there.
neighbor.
Saying those at the home seemed very left. What I know about the family is that they're very radical activists. They seem very left. They're all about Black Lives Matter, gay pride, but they're very detached from reality. They have called the cops on several neighbors, including us, claiming that we were plotting against them. It's really weird to see that they are willing to be so aggressive towards somebody else who is also a lefty. The FBI visited a Berkeley home tied to Pelosi's alleged attacker. The Victorian house is dubbed a hippie collective by neighbors. A sign in one of the windows reads, "Berkeley stands united against hate." Another appears to be a handwritten Black Lives Matter sign. Outside the home, an LGBT pride and marijuana-themed American flag wave. Yeah, this screams ultra MAGA. Actually, it screams more than ultra MAGA. It's almost like ultra extreme, ultra MAGA.
It's Mega MAGA.
It's mega
MAGA.
Coming this Sunday. It's ultra extreme MAGA. Are you a fan of Black Lives Matter? Are you a fan of gay pride parades? Then you might be ultra extreme MAGA. Do you love sucking politicians' husbands' cocks? You might be extreme
MAGA.
MAGA. Oh no.
We've created a whole new category.
The ultra extreme MAGA. Mega. Oh yeah. What's his name? Heather.
Macho Man.
No, Heather.
Miss Elizabeth?
No, Heather on South Park.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah. Swanson. Heather Swanson.
I'm Heather Swanson, and I'm ultra extreme MAGA. Fuck you, transphobe. You're not ultra MAGA enough for me. I think I fucked up the screamer into the microphone.
Ah, boy. We're all messed up now.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah, boy.
What'd we do?
I don't know what I did, but I fucked something up by going extreme ultra MAGA.
Blew something? I hear everything.
I didn't blow something like DePape did,
Yeah.
but I blew something here.
I got you.
Yeah.
Wasn't me. Not
me.
it.
Sounds the same to me. It sounds the same to me.
Oh, well, you know.
So the FBI and the San Francisco police have opened a joint investigation into the break-in at Pelosi's home. He underwent surgery Friday for a fractured skull. He is expected to make a full recovery.
Yeah. All right.
Fuck. Police Chief William Scott, San Francisco Police Chief, said, told reporters,
two first names. I don't trust it.
I don't either. Said Friday the 911 dispatcher who took Mr. Pelosi's call had good instincts, was able to read between those lines.
Yeah.
If you can't
Let's see.
tell,
Well, let's hear.
Yeah.
Let's hear it and make up our own mind, shall we?
so she was able to
You can release 911 calls, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
Have it all the time.
Yeah,
Happens all the time.
It'll be out November 9th. Don't worry.
Yeah.
You can count on that.
she was able to read between the lines when the victim spoke in code. She knew something more was going on just in her heart and her intuition.
Yeah.
Just with her experience. This was a well-being check, and she just knew there was more to it. So she alerted our officers. She went that extra step, and that led to a quick response. Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see.
Yeah, we'll find out. There's clearly more to this, and like I said, the fact that he said friend,
Yeah.
Right? Not there's a person in my house, someone broke into my house, there's a stranger in my house, there's a crazy person in my house, there's a maniac in my house, there's a Mexican in my house. Nothing. He said there's a friend in the house. That's why I said I want to see these transcripts. I need to know what was said. I want to hear what this code was too.
Yeah.
Maybe he's going, like, I think someone might be in distress over there.
Here was his code.
Like, I think someone's getting beat. I think he's hitting him. I think there's an assault going on.
He's like, hello, 911, may I help you? And he's like, yeah, I've got a wet back. And she's like, yeah, lots of gay guys get cum on their back. No. I've got a wet back. Yeah, I know. Someone came on your back. Whatever, dude. No.
You sound like you might be in the bathroom. It's a bit echoey. Just get out of the shower, Mr. Pelosi. How can I help you?
I'm going to need to get the spick and span out of the closet to clean up the wet back all over the floor and in my house. You ever heard of a WAP? I mean,
WAP. That's
there's
Italian.
I know. But, having a wet back, and she was like, after the third time you said wet back, she's like, yeah, a guy came on your back. Whatever, Paul. How many times are you going to call us?
Yeah, I know. We're
Tell
sick
us
of
you got
this.
us fucking wet back. She was like,
Get your own towel this time, Paul. We're busy.
Guys, this might be code. He keeps saying wetback over and over and over again. I don't know. He's talking about getting the spick and span out, and I don't know. I don't know what to do here. So
I can't wait for these transcripts to come out. Oh, and even better when it's the hello 911 operator. What's your emergency?
Yeah. Give me 30 seconds.
I have a friend here. And,
he just gave me a wet back.
He didn't listen to my safe word. What's the safe word? Hammer. Hey.
Yeah.
Our boy Gabar and the team at Sot Ford and Holly take pride in making buying and leasing new and pre-loved rides simple, fun, fast, and easy. Sot Ford has more inventory now than they've had in almost 2 years, and they get new cars, trucks, and SUVs every day. So if they don't have what you want in stock today, they can tag one that's on the way and get it in your driveway sooner. Plus, they've got the deals, baby. For example, you can get a 22 Ford Edge for $242 a month, or a 22 Explorer as low as $297.
Whoa.
And they're both in stock and ready to go. Finally, Zot Ford is still paying top dollar for your trade-ins and giving you an extra grand for military and first responders. You can see their inventory and get details at dealsinthed.com and tell them TDC sent you.
Very good.
Oh, very, very good.
All right. Elon Musk has taken over Twitter.
Yes.
This is not new news. This happened the other day. He came in with the sink. Great
Yes.
bit.
Let the sink. Yeah.
Let that sink in, was it?
Yeah. Let that sink in.
Did you see that?
No.
Yeah.
Carried a sink into the doors. Was like, let that sink in.
Yeah. Like, I'm here to take over
Yeah,
Twitter.
I get it.
Yeah. Troy thought it was weak as shit.
Okay.
But I was just like, it's a troll. A troll's a troll.
Yeah.
Can't all be home
You have
runs.
all the money in the world and own the company. You can do better.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I agree with that.
Agreed. Yeah. I think we all agree with that. But,
I would have been better if you just walked in with like a hatchet. Be like, it's time, bitches.
yeah, 75% of you bitches just in time for Halloween.
Yeah.
Gonna start hacking jobs.
Having a clearance sale at Twitter.
Yeah.
That is
off.
better than the sink, I would say, for sure.
But him carrying, and it looked like a heavy sink.
It was a
too.
big sink, yeah.
He's like carrying this thing in.
Not
It's
even like a prop
let that
sink.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd think the world's richest man could get a prop sink that weighed like a pound.
Yeah.
Maybe it was, and he was just a great actor.
I don't think so.
This heavy ass sinking. Let that sink in.
I've seen him on SNL. He's not a great actor.
True.
Actor.
Yeah, I'm looking at the images now, and I get it, but
Yeah,
I'm not a big
it's-
fan.
exactly.
Hey, look, man, we live in the day of the troll right now.
Yeah.
Right.
So you think Elon Musk is going to let a troll opportunity like that go by without
Oh, no, I'm not saying don't
Something?
troll. I'm just saying troll better.
troll better?
There's
okay.
a difference. There's
That's
a big
fair.
difference. I never said don't troll.
Yeah.
I just said troll better.
Is
You
it the
can pay
worst troll,
someone-
though? Is that the worst troll?
You're one of the richest men in the world. Pay someone to make a better troll for you.
Yeah.
If that's what you came up with,
Yeah. Well, if you're going to do it, sign someone who's ultra mega because the fucking people on the right that come up with memes so embarrass the left. Like the left is why are they so bad? I would think they're more artistic, the left. Why do they suck so bad at memes?
say autistic.
That too. Why do they suck so bad at memes? Someone explain to me why the left
Because
can't
they
meme.
are afraid to hurt anyone's feelings.
Yeah, that would be the answer.
Is that what it is?
And the
Okay.
right will go hard in the paint.
Yeah.
Cut
That's
like a knife.
God damn it. That's a great thought. I never even considered.
Why? Yeah, because they can't fucking win.
They can't really offend.
Can't really do it. Yeah.
Hilarious. Makes sense. Because
That's why.
they
'Cause
should
a
be
good meme fucking cuts you like a knife.
cuts like a knife. Yeah, it does. Yeah, that's very, very true. But isn't everything if you were to go, look, I know this is going to offend some people, this is going to be seen as very offensive, but it's against people on the right.
Yeah.
Like, that takes all blame away. Like, how could you blame them for making racist remarks or sexist, misogynistic
Yeah, but
remarks?
the ammo
do
they
that,
have,
but-
but the ammo they have against the right is weak.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even a good meme make,
Yeah.
as they say. Speaking of Elon, didn't he delete? Are you getting to that? His tweet about the Pauly P situation?
He did.
Yeah.
Which is smart. Stay out of that.
No, I understand.
Stay above
but that's yeah.
Because the fact is,
But that was the irony is that was the point. And, I mean, he deleted it as opposed to it being deleted for him, which is a
Right.
different situation, right? It's he
which
is
should
the
be
company,
seen as
so-
a fair move. That,
right.
You know what? I'm
you can
not
say
above.
it. You can put it out there.
Yeah.
And everybody knows once it's there, it's screen grab somewhere.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
never gone.
Well, that's the first thing any media outlet's going to do is screen grab it. Of
course,
so
bang.
even if nobody sees it fast enough, every media outlet's done it, and they'll do 24 stories about it.
Exactly. Well, that's my point. Is like, so why bother deleting it?
Yeah.
If
well,
it's already there,
don't you
it's already
think
out
that
there.
gives him a level of credibility by censoring himself, which is technically what he'd have to do?
It does.
Like,
but,
this is in poor taste.
But at the same, I don't know the exact wording of it, but I know it was basically something like, "Hey, there's something more to this story, possibly." It wasn't like, "I bet Paulie was sucking dick," right?
Yeah, check the shit on his stick.
It was like, come on, there's got to be something more to the story here, something along those lines. It was just questioning it.
Yeah.
But isn't that the whole point of what Twitter's supposed to be now? And again, he deleted of his own volition, and he should, be above that.
Yeah.
Because now you are not just a blue check. You own the company. There's times when there might be more to the story that meets the eye. Again.
Okay, so the awful truth. Paul Pelosi was drunk again in a dispute with, I don't know what that story says.
Yeah.
So Elon Musk says there's a tiny possibility there might be more to this story than meets the eye.
Look that up.
Yeah.
Smobserve.com or the awful truth.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell
is, but-
smobserve.com is.
Yeah. I mean, they might have something. The police said they appeared to be drunk when he was there. Or
Wouldn't
it was
surprise
something-
me. He's
it was-
drunk
it
probably
looked like
every day. He's 82.
I would be too if I was married to that cunt.
Fuck yeah.
But
especially when she's out of town. He goes to the vineyards. He's in Napa, all up and down Napa, going to vineyards all the time.
Yeah.
He's a local celebrity there, big shit, worth hundreds of millions of dollars. He's probably drunk literally all day, every day. That wouldn't surprise me at all.
If we
He's
had more
probably
time,
drinking
I
wine
was
with
going through
breakfast.
my costume bin. I have just years and years worth of shit.
Nice.
And I have big fake giant tits from when my ex was Beth from Dog the Bounty Hunter, and I was Dog.
Okay.
I was thinking, man, we could have been Pelosi and Paul.
Yeah.
Right? Have just big giant tits, have a
All we
drink,
have to do is rent
the
a
hair,
Porsche.
some big shitty fucking lipstick on here. We could have done the whole show.
Hell yeah. No, I think it's better for Elon Musk if he seriously wants to make this a community of love
It's the
and
Trump
respect.
effect. Yes, I mean, just rise
It's
above.
one
Be
thing
better
though.
than that.
It's one thing before he owned Twitter to troll the fuck out of these people.
Yep.
Troll all of them.
Exactly.
Screw them all. We all saw what they were doing. It was very, very obvious. You want to troll those people, fine. But now you're the guy in charge.
Yep.
You're the boss. You put out a great mission statement about love and respect for each other. We want this to be a free speech haven where you're not always going to agree with everything, but that's the world. Then don't get into partisan politics. Let us do that.
Yep.
Let us go through the details.
But see, here's the thing, though. That this shouldn't even be partisan politics.
Right.
This should just be common sense. Doesn't matter which side this is on. If this happened in the Trump house, right, it would, first of all, be a whole different story.
fucking bets are
But
off
I'm just
then,
saying, you wouldn't be, it would just, it's got to be apples to apples. It shouldn't be just political. It's the fact that this is the husband of the number 3 in line for the throne.
Yeah.
And there's something odd is going on here.
Yeah.
And everybody's supposed to just
This story
no,
stinks.
nothing stinks exactly. And to question it is that's the whole point, and that's exactly what Twitter's supposed to be. And I get it that he himself should be above that and remove himself from it and not be part of that. So I get it.
Yes.
But
he should, because there were already plenty of people questioning it.
Sure.
He doesn't need to jump into that.
No, you're absolutely right.
He just doesn't.
But apparently there's not enough.
As you said, you're the one that started this. Be better.
Yeah.
Do better. Like, you're now the guy in charge of the whole goddamn thing. You paid $44 billion.
It's just ironic. That's all. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. There's some irony there that was not lost on me. That's my point.
It is, but I think it's a good faith gesture. Like, okay, you know what? I thought this was a good idea. On
Said
second
it, thought about it, took it back, and which everybody
Probably
should
not.
be able to do. But once it's out there, it's out there.
Until all the facts are known, at this point, all we know is that he was maybe beaten about the head and face with a hammer, requiring some level of brain surgery, which would be an awfully sad thing. If it wasn't for the fact, and here's the real story here, the fact of the matter is, none of us, especially in this room, are going to just believe, full stop, the media's narrative of anything.
No.
That they've shown too many examples in the last 6-8 years.
And they want to act like that's our fault.
Our fault. Yeah.
That's the funny part about that.
Label us however you want, but you have earned
We're
this
the problem.
level.
Okay.
Us with little to no power.
Yeah.
You're the one that have earned this reputation across the board.
History has shown over and over and over.
And here's the other thing. When you've been wrong and proved very wrong, you never just come out and go, you know what, man, I obviously need to do some reflecting. I looked at this through partisan glasses, and I clearly got this wrong. I'm going to do everything I can in my power to build back the trust that is critically important between journalists and their readers, or, commentators and their TV audience. Like, I'm going to need to work extra hard to gain that back, and I'll do everything in my power going forward to make sure that I've properly sourced stories, that I've looked at all sides to a story, and that you can believe in the level of reporting that I'm giving you. No. None of them have ever done that.
Nope.
Ever.
No.
Ever.
Or shown any remorse or anything.
No, it's just about how do we get through November 8th? Fuck. Pelosi was getting blown by a homo again in his house.
Shit.
And now he got beat in the hammer because he was shit-faced.
First fucking 100, now this. God damn it. How hard do we got to work in these last couple weeks before elections?
We were just getting through the federal woman debate. Things were on the up and up, looking good there. He obviously was being bullied by Oz.
Yeah.
He performed well. And now this guy goes and gets into some fucking love fest homo relationship, shit-faced at 2 a.m, gets himself beat about the head with a hammer. And now we got to cover this up too.
Yep.
Just get through the 8th, and then we'll start slowly breaking down what really happened on the 9th.
We'll put that back page retraction out there. Don't you worry.
Some of us just aren't willing to wait till the 9th for that. We're going to do our own reporting and pull a bunch of stories from around the web.
Fool me once. Shame on me.
You know, there's an old saying in Texas, Tennessee.
Won't fool me again.
Won't get fooled again.
The best.
It is the best. It is the best. Here's the thing I don't like, though. Elon Musk is reportedly set to start charging users to be verified on the platform in what is expected to be a new package the social media company is set to offer. Now, I believe he sent out a tweet saying, to get a blue check or a Twitter verification, would you be willing to spend $5 a month, $10 a month, $20 a month? And people were like, yeah, go fuck yourself. No.
Right.
He was like, well, a little surprised by this, the comments in here. Apparently, he's going to be charging users $20 a month.
A month
for
to be
a
verified?
blue check. Yeah.
What's his reasoning other than making money? Is he trying to say, like, by making people pay, it will, like, maybe make them more care about it more?
But that's real money. I mean, $20 a month.
No, that's legit money.
I mean, that's real money. I mean, that's not like, fucking lose your house money, but that's a real investment.
That's two streaming platforms usually.
Yeah, and so you're going to have to, you either have to use that,
look,
for work, or I mean, like that has to be part of your absolute day to day to justify that kind of money. Otherwise,
that's his thought, though. Maybe that's the You know, that reporters
Yeah, but
then like.
but the hundreds of millions and billions of people that use Twitter are not in that category.
But then you just want to get a blue
handful.
check. But you're talking about just these verified things. That doesn't mean you can't.
I don't think celebrities or journalists are going to pay $20 a month unless their company pays for it.
Yeah, exactly. And which they probably will. It'll probably just be rolled into something.
So
and
what about people that have already been verified? Like me. I've already been verified. What am I paying for?
Doesn't matter. You want to stay verified?
No, not really. I could give a shit either way.
Well, and I mean, if it's $20 a month to be verified, what's to stop the trolls?
Yeah.
What's to stop the
Great
bots
point.
of just paying $20 to be on there?
I'm just
Especially if you're going to eliminate a lot of the people that are legitimate but aren't willing to pay. I was much more comfortable with the identity check, right? I mean,
the
you
license.
had to show yourself a show of identification.
Yeah.
Prove who you are on some level.
Yep.
That you're really who you are.
It's a great idea. And if you would have charged $2 a month,
and whether it be linked to that or even a one-time possible fee,
$20.
you know, okay, here's my thing, here's my $20. Fine, I can get verified that way.
Here's
not
what
an
I'll
ongoing
say.
charge.
Here's what I'll say about verification through Twitter. Okay, it's a fairly simple process. They've been backed up forever, so it took forever for a lot of people to get verified unless you're like a super celebrity. What the verified process gives you is a simple check to say this human being is real and who they say they are.
Yeah.
They limited that to media people and celebrities.
Yeah, so you can't just have a burner account of somebody.
Right. And
the
there's
real Donald
so
J.
many.
Trump.
Dude, you know how many Twitter accounts are out there that are like Walter's mom or Monster Walters?
Yeah.
That people could have easily thought that was me. There was probably 10 of them that at one time or another have popped up relating to the Detroit cast or my name.
Yep.
And so it was like, well, fuck, man, I do want people to be able to know that it's me if I tweet out. Not
Besides, you can change. There's
this
two
changed
different
years
things.
ago. I wouldn't care now, but a few years ago, before Twitter turned into a cesspool, it was worth that.
You can change between your screen name and your username, I think, right? Like, it's not the same. So your username won't change, or your screen name or whatever, like your login won't change. But what it shows across the top, as you can change that. I found that out with going down the rabbit hole with Zempel Stalker.
Yeah.
That the name kept constantly changing of what it said it was. So you can manipulate that however you want.
Here's the other thing that a Twitter verification gives you that will change completely if you start charging anybody and everybody $20 for that verification. What it did was if you were a blue check, whether it's right or wrong, it would tend to, like if you tweeted at somebody, a celebrity, media person, regular person, that blue check mark one would tend to stay in the top of their feed. So that when they got to their Twitter, 50 other people hadn't tweeted and then your shit gets buried. It keeps the blue verified at the top. And so for someone like us, if you're trying to book an interview, and most people will blow you off anyways, but it gives you that little bit of validity when you write to someone and say, hey, interested in having an interview, you've been verified and your shit tends to stay at the top of their timeline. And so that made it like, okay, that's at least appealing that people can know it's you, and B, you stay up there longer. And so you got a better chance of being seen by someone you're trying to interview or get on the show, stuff like that. Now, if you make that available to hundreds and hundreds of millions of users across the world, well, now what? You're going to have everybody's blue check? Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
Right.
But it's being abused now, and so I don't care what they do. I would never pay $20 a month for that.
I don't do it when it's free. I'm not going to do it for $20 a month.
No.
For sure.
Now, if it still has that benefit going down the road somewhere where, well, shit, it does make sense to be verified because you guarantee these people are going to see your shit at least. They might still blow it off, but they're at least going to see it. You're not going to get buried. Well, then you need to make that business decision as to whether or not it's worth it as a company to spend $40, $60 to have all of us verified so that when we reach out to people for an interview somewhere down the line, they have it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like,
that's the only way it becomes worth it.
That takes the average Joes out of the equation.
Yes.
Who are not going to, if it's just their little bullshit platform, you know, Town Square or whatever, to go in there and fuck around, and maybe that's what's best. In all honesty,
well, that's what
maybe that's how you clean house a little bit, and you don't, just because you have an opinion doesn't mean I want to fucking hear it.
Right.
It goes for everybody, including myself. It's not lost on me. You know, I put it out there, but I understand it means shit all to anybody. It's just what I say. I'm saying nothing. I say garbage all the time.
Yeah, but as someone who's growing more and more of a standing and whose opinion is valued because you're on a show with a small platform with listeners.
Yeah.
That's not to be blown off. I mean,
No, I know.
he can explain it to you how different his life is from coming on board the Detroit Cast.
But he's a perfect example. I don't give a shit what his opinion is.
I know you could.
No.
I know you could, but you need to respect the fact that there are people who are going to respect your opinion that never would have even known your opinion before. You could tweet all day for years and get one fucking heart on it. It's probably your mom.
Yep.
Until you get a platform and
hi, Mom.
Until you get in front of a bigger audience, and then all of a sudden you start growing that shit. And you'll see it at bar events. You'll see it on Twitter or Facebook.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's fine. Well, then that
Yeah.
gives, having a different platform, fine, gives me more fucking validity than anybody else. It doesn't, but we'll just say.
How does it not?
Well, because it
Because
doesn't. No, because it doesn't make my opinion any more valid.
No,
That's
not
my
your
point.
opinion. Fuck your opinion.
That,
No one
that was my
cares.
point.
Yeah, that's fair.
that's my point. It doesn't make my opinion any more valid.
But your
That's the
opinion's
whole
going to
point.
be seen more is all that means.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. It doesn't mean it's worth a shit.
Yeah.
That was my point. So it doesn't change the fact that it's just my opinion.
The layoffs reportedly set to happen before employees were scheduled to get their stock grants as part of their compensation. Oh, that's too bad.
Oh, you didn't get your money?
You didn't get your stock stuff? Oh, that stinks.
I wonder if that's
too
why they
bad.
had that demand letter.
Yeah.
Well, you
they
got to
don't
hold
want
us
it, yeah.
at least until my shit cashes.
Musk began his new reign at the company by firing CEO Parag Agrawal, CFO Ned Siegel, and Vijaya Gade, who was the head of legal, policy, trust, and safety.
Vijay?
Vijay. Vijay was the one.
But JJ got blown out?
Yeah, Vijay got blown out like
Love
a
it.
fucking Hope Solo Vijay.
Love it.
Yeah. Vijay was the one that was on in studio with Rogan.
Right.
When Jack was on,
Yep.
at Jack
Okay.
was on.
That's right.
Vijay's the Indian looking fuckable
Yeah, strong.
legal, right?
Legit, yeah.
Strong. So she fucking tossed. The report said Musk also fired the company's general counsel, Sean Edgett, who was escorted out of the building. And I believe the quote was, when they were escorting Edgett out of the building, one of the handlers was heard saying, "Good day." I said, "Good day, sir."
Outstanding.
As he threw him out the door.
Outstanding.
Yeah, that was the only quote I heard was, "Good day." I said, "Good day, sir."
Perfect.
Yeah.
Did you see the two guys trolling out front?
No.
No?
No.
Two guys just walked up out in front of the headquarters with boxes of shit and came out and pretended that they were part of
Fired?
the tech department. Everybody they gave the most ridiculous statements and they're
my
just
God, I
chewing
love
up.
it.
Dude, you have to see it. It's
I love
fucking
it.
fantastic.
Can you find that? How would he find it?
Dude, whatever. Trolls or
Twitter
guys,
trolls.
Twitter, fake fired Twitter employees, something like that. Yeah, and of course they're just sopping up every word.
Oh, yeah.
Came in and said, "Oh, he just."
Was anyone inside there anti-Semitic?
Yeah.
Please say someone was anti-Semitic so I can calm on the ground.
Oh, he blew out the whole fucking whatever department and everything.
Did you say he blew? He blew who? Who blew who?
Might be it.
We're off the Pelosi story, by the way.
I
Yeah, that's them for sure.
was hoping this is actual
This-
video.
Sure
yeah,
it
how
is.
much of this I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know. We'll see, but
Hit play.
I've been on Tesla, man.
legends. Dude's in shorts.
Yeah.
Shit.
Look at these scumbag fucking Satanist reporters.
Wish we could hear what they were saying.
I know this shit audio.
And this is what happens when you don't source
Yes.
shit. And you let this get out there. I
you go.
bet these
Oh, here we
people.
go.
You'll start hearing it now. You got up in there.
Worried. I felt like I was worried for. I don't know. Everything's changed very quickly. Very quickly. It's like something that I worked at for 6 years. And everything's suddenly changed.
Talking, right? You can't
And it makes me worried about the future.
yeah, you can't see.
It makes me worried about
Oh, this is brilliant.
the future
Isn't it?
of celebrity
Brilliant.
conservatorships. Like, when
I mean,
Britney happened.
Michelle Obama wouldn't have happened.
Elon Musk Twitter. I don't know.
Elon Musk.
Oh, now you're getting yeah.
You know, Obama in
And-
2008 wouldn't have happened without.
It's great that this guy's Indian too.
You need
data engineering.
free speech is when a public company,
engineering.
a public-owned stock.
There we go. Now we got it.
Not like one guy owning a company, But
I'm a data
I mean,
engineer. We've been having a lot of
I even own a
problems,
Tesla, man. Like,
and, apparently
I'm a big fan of clean energy, climate change, even free speech too. But yeah.
My direct engineer.
Software engineer.
How long have you been working here?
3 years. Out of college. It's my first job out of college.
Did they tell you why you were laid off? Did they give a reason?
They said like no reason, but it's just like restructuring or
Patagonia sweatshirt.
like no specific reason. One person talked. So there was an HR person in the beginning, and then
Have the
one
backpack.
person, talking.
There was an HR person talking.
See how many people were in the meeting. R-A-H-U-L.
R-A-H-U-L.
Yeah.
What's your last name?
L-I-G-M-A.
L-I-G-M-A.
I think that has a meaning.
brilliant.
I forget whatever the name he said.
Gotcha.
I think there was something in the article too about that. There's something.
Really?
The name that he gave.
Read it.
Raul Lugma.
Look at this. Musk has allegedly fired an entire team of data engineers.
data
as laid off
engineers.
Rahul Ligma.
Ligma Johnson had it coming.
Oh my God.
It's Elon's tweet.
Ligma Johnson had
It's so great. That's Elon's tweet of it.
Ligma Johnson had it coming.
Eggplant emoji, water spurt.
eggplant, and then cum emoji. Dude, Google what does Ligma Johnson mean?
Fucking hero.
So Johnson is a euphemism for cock.
Yeah.
So what is Ligma?
Raul Ligma or something.
Ligma Johnson, do it, because that's got to be a fucking.
Yeah, like I said, I think I remember there was something to that. I thought, but
As if there's a Daniel Johnson working at Twitter too,
right.
The other guy, he pulls out a Michelle Obama book. Oh my God,
It's so
the
good.
fucking level.
Gee, legends.
I think it's
dude.
going to just come up. I'm trying to think.
Yeah. How about definition?
Yeah.
something
That was something that popped up. No. Just put definition at the end of it. Jesus, Ligma Johnson.
This will be great because I don't know how to
Lickma
spell it.
Johnson?
Okay.
There you go.
Lickma Johnson?
Thank God Google knows how to spell
Ligma
most-
Johnson.
Lickma Johnson?
Yeah. Lickma Johnson. If he said Likma, Johnson Lickma, that would have been dope. And maybe he did say Lickma, but his accent they put Ligma.
Maybe, I don't know. But I thought I remembered seeing something that there was something about that there was a
Dude, the fact that Elon Musk put a fucking
his eggplant, a cum emoji.
which means black cock, and a cum, it means there's something to Ligma Johnson.
Right, they had it coming.
And it's fucking race. Ligma Johnson had it coming.
Outstanding. So good.
So great.
Yeah. That, again, why
So
he just
great.
continues to be my fucking favorite person.
And look at these fucking joke journalists with no follow-ups, no behind
Nothing.
the scenes.
Just tell me what. Tell me
nothing.
everything. Tell
Yeah,
me everything.
Tell me everything.
Yeah.
We'll run with it. We'll run with it.
Yep,
we'll have
exactly.
this.
And it was
This will be up in 20 seconds.
And it was.
And it
that was the
was.
thing. Yeah, they had to retract it all.
Pathetic.
By the time they found out it was garbage.
Yeah, of
Hey,
course they did.
You know, insurance, we all need it. Most of us don't know what kind of coverage we have or who even provides it. Let fellow TDC listener Brent Wasik from Wasik Insurance Services change all that. Brent has over 30 years in the business and offers all types of insurance coverage. So call Brent Wasik at 734-455-1900 and get a free no-obligation quote today. And that's 734-455-1900. That's for Brent Wasik, Wasik Insurance.
All right, let's get to some email.
Snuck it in.
Did you know we have a Tucker listening?
Carlson? He's a big
I
fan.
doubt it. Maybe.
Oh, it's got to be.
Maybe he is.
Got to be. Who else could it possibly be?
Subject. Well, let's bring back Big E's history.
Well, wait a minute.
Someone's a
Wait
big
a minute.
fan of Big E's
Wait a
history
minute.
date. What?
Does that mean he tucks?
Yeah, it could be.
Does that mean she tucks?
I'm assuming it's a dude.
Well, clearly, if you have to tuck it.
Yeah. It could be someone who identifies as it. A woman who identifies. Well, no, it would be a dude who identifies as
Yeah.
a woman. That woman could tuck it.
No, it would be a tucker.
Yeah.
He'd be a tucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Go ahead.
I don't know
Carry
which
on.
one this is. But anyways, he wants to bring back E's. I'm with him there.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. Hey, boys, thank you for reading out my email. It made my fucking day. Here's my resume, Troy. I got some really good stories working with Kim Coates. Don't know who that is. Vanessa Hudgens. She's pretty hot, right?
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Chevy Chase, Jerry O'Connell, Billy Baldwin, and the late Bill Paxton. Have a good one, gentlemen. And here you go.
Okay. This is his IMDb.
Yeah,
This
does
is
he
our
live-
producer or whatever.
Yeah.
Our local.
I don't know if he's local. He could be in L.A. for all I know. I mean, those names would suggest he's near Hollywood.
but no. I mean, locally we have
Not much.
We've had quite a movie industry here.
For a little while, but that's been dead for years.
He didn't say when he worked with them.
I know, but some of them are current projects.
What do you mean?
Well, look at the 3 pages of resume shit.
Okay. All right. We'll see.
You go through it. I don't have time to go through all that shit.
All right. Well,
Next email from him. Tell us where you
2014, 15, 16, And movies are back, by the way.
Are they?
Yeah, because I know Dia's been doing a bunch of stuff. So
Okay.
they're
When's
back
she going to come
around.
paint for us?
I will hit her back up. Dia, if you're
Please.
listening, come paint.
God damn it. You're killing me,
I've,
Tita.
I've tried multiple times.
I know you have.
Listen,
She's great.
this is why we broke up.
Okay. Because she wouldn't paint something when you wanted it
Exactly.
painted?
Yeah, the ceiling.
Stretchin' Gretchen McCunt face. That seems a bit over the line.
Whoa.
Again,
Who's
the
this from, Tudor?
The views expressed on this podcast do not necessarily represent the views of Mike, Troy, Big E. This is not. I'm just. Don't shoot the messenger, folks. I'm just reading this.
Oh, he's a Canuck. The hell's he doing
yeah,
over
he's
there?
in Ontario.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. I knew that.
Oh, yeah. Take
I did
off, eh?
read that.
You hoser.
Hey, Mike. You know I love you guys, but
Oh, boy.
that's a strong butt right there.
Yeah.
She doesn't bother me that much. Referring to Whitmer, I think that was my quote.
Yeah.
Ugh. Keep in mind, I was gone for a couple of years, and so during her reign of terror,
That's correct. You
I
were not
really
here for
wasn't
this.
here. So I could argue what a McCunt face
Yep.
Gavin Newsom is just
Yep.
as much as I can.
And this is just based on
Stretching.
whether or not he'd bang her.
Right.
So
this was all about fuckability.
Yep.
For the most part.
Yes, of course.
Ugh. Fuck that stupid. Okay.
Oh, boy. Miss
Mama Bully?
Mama Bully?
Mama Bully.
Yeah. Heads up.
Fuck that stupid fucking cunt. Yes, cunt. Sorry, any ladies. I reserved this name just for her. Admittedly, I'm biased against Whitmer because during the pandemic, my mom was locked down with dementia and got COVID because she was in a nursing home with no visitation, but somehow magically got COVID. The nursing home did not tell me she had COVID, nor that she had been sent to a hospital. Mind you, I was my mother's guardian. That's inexcusable.
That is.
Unforgivable. Think about that.
Yeah. Oh, hey.
It's easy for me to not give a shit about you being able to see your mom, but if that was me with my mom, that would be a real fucking problem.
Unacceptable.
At that point, I could not visit her in the nursing home nor the hospital. My mom literally didn't remember how to use the phone or even remember how to answer it at times. But when she did, I was the piece of shit that sent her there, but refused to see her.
Tough. Yeah.
brutal.
Ooh, I've seen some of that firsthand, man. It is excruciating.
But we all heard how the Stretchinator went to Florida, where we shouldn't go, to see her father that was sick. So fuck her. Nothing to do with politics, left or right, because I'm not an R or a D. I usually pick anyone that's not one of those. Anyhow, I'm going to have a cup of coffee, a Pall Mall, and relax. Respectfully yours, Jeff. P.S. Maybe it'll give you a few minutes to kill, if nothing else. So, and based on strictly looks, I'd totally nail her and Dixon if I never knew anything about them. But here we are.
Yeah. Well, like I said,
Yeah.
we're digging too deep into the politics, but yeah, there's
I was trying to avoid the politics, which is why I said I probably would have banged her too.
there's
Right?
there's
E,
plenty
would
of
you?
ammunition there.
Yeah, I guess. Why
Yeah,
not?
right?
Yeah.
Plus knowing the stretching
right.
thing makes us almost want to vote for her.
Yeah.
If there's
almost.
any truth to the stretching rumor, I mean,
Yeah.
that doesn't make her less hot.
No, it doesn't hurt. Yeah.
I mean, it absolutely helps. Am I right? Don't
Doesn't
leave me
hurt.
standing
It
on
does
an
not hurt
island
the
here by
cause.
myself.
But, still,
Yeah.
killing old people. It's got to draw a line in the sand somewhere.
Yeah, they were
There's
my old
lots
people.
of people that have killed old people that I'd still bang. though.
And Tudor's still an upgrade. I'm just saying.
Oh, Tudor is, no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. All right, let's call it a day there. I think you've got plans on this lovely Halloween
I have
evening.
mass.
You have mass.
Yeah.
You walk in like that, you're going to freak some people out. I got to be honest with you. You look great, though.
Thank you.
You know what? When I
really
see you,
do.
I've been thinking it the whole time, by the way. When I see you from the side, not like looking at me, but from the profile.
I can pull it off?
No, I was going to say it's kind of Howard Stern-esque because you got the microphone and the headphones on.
Yeah, you need sunglasses.
Yeah, if you had some
Where's
sunglasses
my
on.
blue
I could-
blockers?
I don't know if those are. They got to be the.
I had a hat. I was going to do the.
They gotta be the
what's the guy?
square.
The old from SNL, like the Mexican guy, or that was the priest. The fedora type hat. You know?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Probably.
Yeah, you'd know exactly.
Yeah.
What I'm
See,
talking
it really has to.
Now he looks a lot like Stern. You look like a mix between Stern and Daft Punk.
Yeah. Right.
Right? Do you see it?
I
T?
think, but I do think he needs a square. Unfortunately, those glasses. He needs the actual square glasses, and I think then he
I
looks
know.
like Stern.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Listen, stop. It's a religion, not a costume. God damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
sure.
takes his religion very, very seriously.
Yeah, I can tell, especially when we read those religious emails and things he says afterwards.
Yeah, exactly.
My
Great
GD
point.
just flew by everybody on that one. Son
Yeah.
of a, you know what? This room sucks.
This room doesn't suck. You're not. I'm not going to laugh at a GD joke. I expect a GD joke from you as you're defending religion.
Right.
So you don't get a laugh out of that. God
Well,
damn it.
I'm gonna go
Satan,
take some
damn it.
confessions.
There you go.
You get out some Ritz and wine.
Yeah, you're going to fill up some chalices with liquid.
All right.
All right, let's get out of here.
Yes, please.
Thank you, Eases, for being here. You're going to be here another day this week at least, right?
Tomorrow, and that will be it for
Really?
for a while. Yeah.
All right, buddy.
Yep, tomorrow, and that will be it for a while.
And then you're going to be gone for a few more weeks?
Yes, correct.
Very good. Have a great rest of the day, everybody. We will be back tomorrow. We'll see you then.